SGA runoff candidate. This is a runoff. He's about to go into a runoff for SGA President, Patrick Starr. Patrick, can you tell us just a little bit about your election experience this far and what it feels like to be in a runoff? This is the second runoff we've seen in the past few SGA elections, so can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So I've had the privilege this week of really getting to know a lot more Auburn students than I've come to know over the last years I've been at Auburn. I've had great conversations over the last week. Just great subjects have been brought up, great concerns that the students have. But I've been so encouraged. I've had so much fun. And people don't really talk about how much fun you have on campaign week. They talk about how stressful it is, how you need to get ahead on your schoolwork, but they really don't talk about how much joy and how much happiness you get out of it. So I'm super excited for the runoff this week. I think it's great that we do have runoffs, but I'm super excited for Thursday too.
We saw 5 candidates for SGA President this year, the most that we've seen in many years. Did you expect going into this race that there would possibly be a runoff?
I thought that there might be, simply because you do have to win by such a large percentage, and with having 5 candidates and the number of supporters that they have, I felt like it was a high possibility. I also thought that we might have a huge turnout that might not, advocate for a runoff, but I was really encouraged. I think it's great that we do have 5 candidates, because all of the candidates brought something different to the table and really voiced concerns that really resonate with all walks of students. And I feel like no matter who wins, all of the talking points that we spoke about in our platform will be included in what the future president brings to the table.
You're talking about the talking points and the platform points that you've been speaking about in recent days. Is there going to be anything new that you're going to be bringing to the table to try to set yourself apart from Dane Block, who is also going to be in this runoff on Thursday?
So what I believe my campaign is set apart to Dane's campaign is that we are advocating, the last point in Go Far is research and development. We are advocating for students to get involved in the day-to-day operations of bringing new buildings and programs to campus. The university spends millions of dollars on different projects, different buildings, but we are not actively putting students in the shoes that they're going to be in the next few months, years, however long it is before they graduate. And I feel like since we are investing that much money, we shouldn't just get cement, brick, and new doorknobs out of it. We should get real-world work experience before we graduate. I've worked all throughout high school and college, and I feel like I've gained so much from that. And I believe that all Auburn students should have the opportunity to do that, so that they can be an asset to their future employer.
Now I know you have a very busy ahead of you. Keep you long. You going to be next few days? Few weeks as you try to work finalize the message for these last few days, and then one other question, what is kind of your prediction for turnout Thursday?
I hope I'm going to start with that last question. I hope that voter turnout is as great as it is tonight. I know with a runoff election, people were hounded today. You might use that term, and I encourage them to vote again. It's very important that they vote again. Since it is a runoff. But as far as what I'm going to push this week, of course we're going to push those same 5 points of our platform, but one thing I'm going to stress is I believe that the SGA president should be very genuine. They should have a compassionate heart. They should have a heart for the student body, and they should be in this for the right reasons. And I believe that our campaign emphasizes that. Everybody on our campaign is not required to come out there. They definitely want to be there. We encourage an atmosphere that accepts people. We've had animals on the concourse. Just everything that we can do to encourage more people to actively get involved, and I feel like that's what resonates with the students.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us.